I don't know anything about the NFL. I don't even know what the NFL stands for. I suck. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new week. This is week 3 of NFL football. And boy, am I getting whooped. 0-7 for the week or for the season. Chat is 5-2. Take back and look the results of what they pick and what I pick. Bills +2, Bengals +6, and Cowboys -3 is what the chat picked. Obviously, the Bills tore up last week, man. They were on fire. The offense was clicking. Bengals, Joe Burrow showed up. That's all you can say is Joe Burrow showed up and they tried. I mean, it was a great game though. The Chiefs, Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid is just inevitable. And the Cowboys, yikes. Saints went into Dallas Stadium and thrashed them badly, embarrassed them. It was awful. So hopefully they come back and rebound. I'm as a Texans fan, you don't really want to see the Cowboys do good, but as an NFL and football fan, you hate to see the Cowboys look bad at home like that, especially Dak Prescott, who you know is a decent quarterback. And they do have the talent. They have great talent, but they just weren't. That defense was getting thrashed. But in favor, Saints are looking incredible. They are finally clicking. Kubiak is running that offense, and they are doing wonderful. So, and then I picked Ravens -9, the upset. Broncos and Steelers, the over at 36.5. That was a hard watch. And then the Texans versus Bears. Great game. Just didn't score as much as I thought. The Texans defense showed up. Caleb Williams, as I predicted, looked like Caleb Williams. I mean, I don't want to sound like a hater, but I just don't think Caleb Williams is a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's just my opinion. But with that being said, let's go on to week 3. Let's hope to recover. And boy, if I don't at least win one game, then I don't know what to do. The series may be over. So, let's go. Let's go with chat's picks. As you know, I type in ChatGPT what's the best picks for whatever week of the season, and then they come out with a list. I'll put up the screenshot of what the picks they picked and what I'm going to be reading off of. So they went with Tampa Bay Bucks -6.5 versus Denver Broncos. The Buccaneers have been performing well, while the Broncos have been struggling offensively with rookie quarterback Bo Nix, which breaks my heart. And Tampa Bay is likely to cover the spread. I like the pick. Baker Mayfield's been looking good. The Bucks have been looking good. Bucky Irving, a former Oregon player too, Bo Nix's teammate. They've all been looking great. Denver Broncos last week was shocking. Sean Payton actually wanted to draft Bo Nix, which I thought was a great combination, but it may look like that. It may be Sean Payton. But I do still believe in Bo Nix. They're just not clicking. He is a rookie quarterback. They are playing on a bad team. They really have nothing there. So hopefully Bo Nix and the Broncos can, because I want Chat to lose, they can come back and win this game. Or at least not cover. Get to have the Bucks not cover. That's what I mean. Anyhow, Seahawks -4.5 versus Miami Dolphins. With Miami's QB Tua potentially missing the game due to injury, Seattle looks like they're strong to cover at home. They're not really putting much, but yeah, Tua has been banged up. Concussion protocol. Honestly, in my opinion, I think he should retire. Think of his future life, but he has said he's a football player. All he knows and loves is playing football. Seattle Seahawks, though, they weren't looking great, man. They kind of did struggle against the Denver Broncos. The Broncos almost did win that game. And then Seattle last week, they're okay. They're not bad. So, it is Geno Smith and Seattle Seahawks. That's all I got to say. Pittsburgh Steelers +1.5 against the Los Angeles Chargers. Steelers defense has been solid. This game looks like a low-scoring tight affair. Backing Pittsburgh as a slight underdog could offer a good value. So they're kind of also trying to throw a little sprinkle in the under, but this game, I don't know. Justin Herbert, another Oregon quarterback, has been decent this year. They don't look bad. Chargers could be coming back old Philip Rivers style. But it is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're always hard to play. Mike Tomlin's defense has always been phenomenal since he's been there. He has yet to have a losing record, which is a crazy stat, especially with all the quarterbacks and teams that he's coached as a Steelers head coach. But that is their pick. And then, surprisingly, they went with under 35.5 points. Also, with the Steelers versus the Chargers, again, with what they said earlier, it looks like a low-scoring affair. Both teams have struggled offensively. It makes this a good spot to bet the under. And that is what they picked. That is check. Bucks -6.5, Seattle -4.5, Steelers +1.5, and the under for the Steelers game 35.5. Steelers Chargers. That's what I mean. My pick, and I'm gonna take a gamble. Obviously, this is all gambling, but I'm gonna double down basically on these picks. Panthers moneyline +200 versus the Raiders. Andy Dalton is starting. Bryce Young is benched. Raiders pulled off the upset last week against the Ravens, but I do think it's a one and done. But Andy Dalton is looking to re-amp this offense. Bryce Young has been struggling, like I said before. He's not been looking good. Second game, he's already been benched. You really don't want to do that to your starting franchise QB in his young career. It is a little demoralizing, but they have not been looking good. In Bryce Young's defense, what weapons does he have? What offensive line does he have? The defense have been on the field majority of the time. You can see him just struggling, his head down. He doesn't look good. I do think that this bench, this step back in Bryce Young's career is good for him, especially with the veteran quarterback with Andy Dalton kind of learning from him. He has pulled off some great games and great seasons with the Bengals. So, but Andy Dalton, also, I'm going to be sprinkling the over on this 39.5. And when Andy Dalton plays, the over hits 114 out of 49 times. 114, this is career over, right? He has hit the over of 39.5. So he's gotten at least 40 points when he plays the games. Both teams getting 40 points total-wise. So the over usually hits when he plays. I also went with Browns -6.5 versus the Giants. Giants, bad. Daniel Jones, bad. Browns, they are bad, but they are slightly better than the Giants. Daniel Jones, boy. The Giants messed up big time, giving him a long-term contract, so they kind of in a limbo with it. I do think the Giants will be the worst team in the NFL this year, besides the Panthers. Especially if Andy Dalton starts, I think the Panthers will do slightly better than the Giants. They were the number 1 pick. They'll draft a quarterback next year. Granted, who would be Sanders, hope not. Beck, Jalen Monroe, or Cam Ward. They do need a quarterback, a better quarterback. Maybe even a mobile quarterback would help out. When they had Tyrod Taylor, they were looking a little better with this offense and defense. So, which Deshaun Watson, basically, and which Daniel Jones are we going to be getting that game? Deshaun Watson, he struggled against Dallas, but he looked okay. Not the Houston Texans Deshaun Watson, the Browns Deshaun Watson last year. He looked okay. I do think that the Giants' defense is a little lackey, so give me Brown -6.5 on that pick. I skipped a little bit around, so I went with Monday's game, Bills versus Jaguars, and this is a gamble. This is a strictly gamble. I went with the under 45.5, but Bills have played in the recent 3 games. Bills versus Jags, the under has hit twice. When Josh Allen versus Trevor Lawrence has hit, it's been 1-1. That being said, the first time they met, it was like a 6-9 game, all field goal game, and then the second time it hit 45 evenly. Boom. So actually technically it was 0-2. Although though Josh Allen's team Bills are clicking without Stephon Diggs, Jags are struggling to score points. Trevor Lawrence has only thrown 1 touchdown pass this year and is barely over 50% completion. Really hoping that the defense on both teams step up on this one and keep this game under 45.5. And the last pick is 49ers versus the Rams. I went with the Rams plus 280. Brock Purdy and the 49ers got exposed last week against Minnesota. Granted, Minnesota and Sam Darnold are looking phenomenal. They're looking on fire. I'm actually worried about the Texans going to Minnesota and playing them. That's gonna be a good game. But with that being said, is there really home field advantage? It is in California. There are a lot of 49ers fans, and there are playing in LA, which we're home of the Rams. But like I said, is it really home field advantage? Both teams are really banged up too, man. Injuries, McCaffrey and is on the IR. Debo is doubtful. The Rams O-line, I think they have like 4 or 5 players on the injury reserve. Not starters, this is backups and starters included. They do get one of their, I think he's one of the right tackles back. Puka is IR, obviously, and then Cooper Kupp is doubtful. Excuse me, voice cracked. Cooper Kupp is doubtful, most likely not to play. But I do think that you have Matthew Stafford versus Brock Purdy in the grand scheme. Who's the better quarterback? Give me Matthew Stafford all day, every day of the week, every day of the year. Matthew Stafford. I'll always go with Matthew Stafford over Brock Purdy, obviously. So, yeah, those are my picks. Panthers money line plus 200, Browns minus 6.5. Jags versus Bills under 45.5, and Rams plus 280. With so far, it would likely be that you should follow ChatGPT's picks. They are profitable right now, 5-2. I am losing lots of money, 0-7. But let me know who you're gonna follow. Let me know who you're gonna fade. Are you gonna fade both of us? Are you gonna tell both of us? Let me know what your best picks in the comments are, and good luck. Please be responsible with gambling. If you do gamble, this is all just for, I'm not telling you how to bet and what y'all should bet. It's just what I'm picking and why I'm picking it and stuff like that. So, tune in. Thank y'all for watching. Follow me on Twitter, on TikTok, on whatnot. All for your sports cards related, and Instagram too. I'm not really using that as much, but again, check out the video. We have college coming up also, which will be filmed Friday, I believe. And we'll also be finally posting a new sports card video this week. I promise y'all. We have Topps Composite. So check out this week's videos coming up, and see y'all later. Bye.